But also I just sort of like wanted to give you some tips for empowering you to sleep better.
Things that you practice.
Things that I practice. The first question that is often raised is, do I really need 7 to 8 hours of sleep? The answer is yes. Scientifically, that is correct. Even if you've convinced yourself otherwise, you are wrong. You need 7 to 8 hours of sleep. There has been proven by a couple of studies, a gene in the human body that occurs in about 3% of people that allows you to sleep successfully on about 6 hours, but that's 3% of people. Meaning if there are 50 of us here, less than one of us has that gene. So odds are we all need 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Why do we sleep? Because when we sleep, our brain releases chemicals that give us what is called in the book a neurochemical bath, which is hysterical.
Okay.
But basically, I like to think of it as like I'm a sponge, right? And we've been rewatching season 10 of RuPaul's Drag Race, so I've got sponges on the brain. And basically, right, we're a sponge, and every day when we wake up, we are pulled out of our water bucket, and we're just squeezed all day, right? And so by sleeping, we are plunged back into the bucket to like fill back up with energy and concentration and focus and all the things that make us successful humans. A lack of sleep manifests itself in physical ways, behavioral ways, emotional ways, mental ways, illness, tremors, decreased accuracy and focus. So if you're driving on no sleep, you will crash, probably. Memory lapses, you get irritable, you have a general sense of malaise. It can also lead to anxiety and depression, right? So like lack of sleep is a bad thing. So I have come up with 3 categories of things that you can improve in your sleep life. The first is your physical body, right? So avoiding heavy meals and alcohol before you sleep. Although alcohol does often put us to sleep, it is one of the largest suppressors of our REM sleep, which is our deep sleep. So drinking before bed means you're sleeping more, but sleeping worse. So limiting your alcohol and food consumption before bed. Exercising a little bit every day. And I practice this very much. I exercise a little bit every day. Sometimes 5 minutes. But a little bit of exercise every day goes a long way. Herbal tea and decaf coffee are better, particularly late in the day. That's when I don't practice. I do drink caffeinated coffee at like 11 p.m. But we are only strong enough for a life of partial virtue. So we also want to in older people, not calling anybody out in here, but there are people of all ages in this room. In older people, it is proven that it is actually harder to sleep through the night. So taking like a 30-minute nap before 3 p.m. is like gonna knock you right out. It's amazing. Avoiding sleep aids, like ZQL doesn't actually, it's sort of booze-like in that it helps you sleep, but it helps you sleep worse. And aromatherapy. Using like aromatherapy oils, lavender is really good for sleep, jasmine is really good for sleep. So if you get like an oil diffuser or a reed diffuser, that stuff is really great for sleep. The second category is your sleep environment. So this is a big one, and this is a really huge one, is that it's getting rid of all blue light in your bedroom. So that means LED bulbs, that means your phone, that means your computer, that means your iPad, that means anything that emits a blue light. That is terrible for your sleep. I have personally banned my phone from the bed. So when I get into bed, I am no longer picking up my phone unless it's a legit emergency, and unless you're on my emergencies list, and there are 2 people in this room who are on my emergencies list. 3, I guess, if that includes you.
I'm not calling you.
Right. No phones in bed. It is scientifically proven that it is terrible for you to have your LED lights in your bedroom or your phone in your bed. Keeping your bedroom a little bit colder than the rest of your house is really good. Because you sleep better when your body temperature goes down by 2 or 3 degrees. So like if you walk into your bedroom and it's slightly colder, if you have a fan on or the air conditioner on, or you just like open a window, right, particularly in the winter, your body temperature going down helps you conk out faster. Wearing a sleep mask. Like
this is my Christmas present for Brian this year.
You guys, I have to tell you, I was a skeptic. I didn't believe that this would work, but it's amazing. This is the best thing I've ever owned. So get yourself a sleep mask. This one makes me look a little bit like a bug. I have another one. That's my travel satin sleep mask. I don't bring this with me because I'm afraid I will lose it.
And you don't travel these days very much.
That's true. No one's traveling. And if you're traveling, you should stop. So getting a sleep mask, earplugs are great. Or we use white noise. So like a white noise machine that will play rain sounds or ocean sounds or just like whatever.
What was that, like a witch's nails on
yeah,
a tombstone?
Or like whale song. You know, like Enya would be great in your bedroom. And the other most important thing is only using your bed to sleep in. Like you shouldn't eat in your bed. You shouldn't lay up working in your bed. And for college students, this is very, very difficult. So this is an important thing for me to find out. But like, if you make your bed space a sacred space that you only sleep in, your body is trained that when you get into bed at night, this is where you sleep. So if you're napping, nap on the couch, nap on your floor, nap in your guest room. For those of you who have those, I don't know. Don't nap in your bed during the day, it's bad for you. And the third category is sleep routine. I'm big on routines, y'all. I'm a big routine person. So things like going to bed at the same time every night and waking up at the same time every morning, even on weekends, that helps you sleep. I don't do that one as well. I inherited from my mother a propensity to sleep in. She's here, she knows. But if you can, waking up at the same time every morning really does a number on your body in a good way. You can set a bedtime alarm. I have a bedtime alarm. The iPhone has a bedtime alarm system where you tell it when you want to go to bed every night, and it gives you like a 15-minute notice. And it's the most gentle, delicate alarm.
It plays the first 3 notes of Lullaby.
Yeah, so I encourage you to investigate that. Making a to-do list for tomorrow so your brain stops thinking about tomorrow. I do this for work when I'm working, but at the end of the day, I make the list of all the things I'm going to do the next day. I don't do it as much in my personal life because I have poor work-life boundaries. But for the most part, making a list of things you want to do the next day is really useful. And, this is a big one. Giving yourself some time after you're done with your day, but before you're asleep, right? Like a bedtime window of like, my phone's away, my computer's away, I'll read for 20 minutes. You can listen to a podcast if that's okay.
Sort of a transitional moment.
Yeah, like an in-between moment where you're like not quite awake anymore, but you're still not sleeping. There are a lot of apps that can help you do this. I have several of them for you on my iPad that I've been holding. I can drop them in the chat later or email them out in the confirmation email. But yeah, so I think this all sort of sounds, as I'm saying, this all sort of feels like it's very common sense, but most people don't do it. I certainly didn't do it. He certainly doesn't do it still.
No.
But I sleep great, you guys.
Like a baby.
I'm in bed, I read for maybe 6 minutes, and then I am out and I dream beautiful dreams. I wake up feeling refreshed. I'm not tired or cranky in the morning anymore. I can get out of bed and get on with my day. And that's a really impossible thing in 2020. So I think that whatever you can do to make your night life better, to improve your day life, I think that's really important. So those are my thoughts on sleep health. I hope that was informative and interesting.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Specifically, we wanted to bring in the idea of sleep wellness because the piece itself is a night of dreams. And as Brian said, inspired by the world in which we all live, it takes a lot to rest, and rest is incredibly important to fortify us for whatever fights we engage in on a daily basis, and there are plenty of them.